Hey, good evening, Fempire. Where are my peeps? Where is my Fempire tonight? I'm so excited to talk about this topic. This is, as you must know by now, a topic that is extremely near and dear to my heart. The home party model. Hi, Karen. Oh, I miss you, Karen. I miss you lots. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. This is going to be really fun. I have to tell you guys, this is actually the first time I'm not at all nervous to come on the Fempire, which is like, it's a moment. This is a moment in time. I need to just enjoy this moment. I'm not nervous at all. This is my jam. This is my jam, home parties. I'm so excited for tonight. I'm gonna give it like 30 seconds just to have people hop on. We're gonna go through lots of fun stuff. And hopefully, as always, my intention is to leave you with some really awesome nuggets to move your business forward. That's always what I wanna do. Hey, hey, hey. Hey everybody, pop it on. All right, we're gonna get started right away. It's already 8:30, so I don't wanna hold everybody. All right, so here's the deal, guys. Have you ever wanted to increase your PRV by 4 digits? Drop a one in the comments if you've ever wanted to raise your PRV by 4 digits. Have you ever wanted to increase your sales funnel by at least 2 digits? Drop a 2. Drop a 2. Where are my people? Hey, Haley. Okay. The way to do this, people, the way to do this fast home parties. It is the way. It is the way to do it. Increase those PRVs in a 2 to 4 hour fun evening. Increase that sales funnel. This is so essential to our business. You get in front of a room of 5 to 10, sometimes 15 people. They know people. They know people. So they go home and they start wearing your products and they start talking about how awesome that makeup was that they just learned about a couple nights ago. And guess what? Your sales funnel is going boom. So the first thing I always think about at home parties is how am I going to increase my sales funnel? For me, it's really more about that than it is about the dollars that I'm gonna sell at the party. It's about getting that information of all those people in that room and securing that. So make sure you're doing that. That's my first tip. Make sure you're getting everybody in that room's information, as well as, now hear me, because I'm taking you to school. I want you to get a pen and paper. Make sure you ask them if you can connect with them on social media. Can I friend request you? Can I give you my YouTube channel? Can I give you my Instagram handle? Make sure you're connecting with them, because now after the party is over, they know how to find you again if they happen to lose your business card, okay? So that's important. Couple of things I want to go through before I show you my display and exactly what I do at home parties. Couple of things to keep in mind. What are the regulations in your state as far as touching people's faces and doing makeup on people? This is really important. I know it's different for everyone, so please be mindful of what the regulations are as far as being able to touch somebody's face at a home party if you're not properly licensed. And if that's the case, then what you want to do is you just want to maybe do makeup on yourself and demo it and have them all do it on themselves at the table. Sometimes that's going to be a little more difficult if there's a lot of people in the room, but at least, you know, they know the deal. They know that there's a regulation. They know that you can't touch their face, but you can certainly do your own makeup and show them the power of our makeup. Okay, so that's first and foremost. Number 2, I always show up with a little extra makeup on. Like, I'm definitely more made up when I go to my home parties, and I'm probably most likely going to wear a pop of color on my lips or something that is going to catch people's attention, that they're going to say, that color looks awesome on you. What is that? Gets the conversation going. So you definitely want to make sure you have good makeup on, right? And whatever that is for you. So don't worry, if you're a non-makeup person, then by all means, stay non-makeup-y. Stay very authentic to who you are. I'm not telling you to go and throw a bunch of avant-garde makeup on yourself if that's not who you are, but try something a little different, like amp it up just a little bit. For me, that's always like a pop of color on my lip, okay? So go to that party with something that's a conversation piece that gets the conversation started. It always works for me. People are always asking, what is that color? It gets them to start trying the lipsticks, and even if they don't like this particular color on themselves, they find one that they do, okay? So that's huge. Make sure you're professionally dressed. However, I will say that I recommend you not being too dressed. And the reason why I say that is because at home parties, we want to make sure we're duplicatable, right? That's really the idea. You want to make sure that you're showing people, A, how much fun you're having, B, how easy it is to do what you do, and how you're walking away making a couple $100 for the most part, right? So you want to show up professionally dressed for sure, but don't be too overdone so that people are saying, well, I don't really dress like her, I can't afford the way she dresses or whatever, but just be true to you. That's what's really important here, but making sure that you're professional. Come with one bag. Try to keep all your products in one bag. When you walk in and you have one bag and it takes you 15-20 minutes to set up your table, I promise you your hostess is taking notice of that, and she's saying, wow, that's like super easy. Like she just had to set up one bag of stuff and that's it. And now she's ready to go, and she's going to relax with me and potentially have a glass of wine with me or a soda or a glass of water and chill out before the guests arrive. So be mindful of that. Keep it really simple. And I'm going to show you guys how I definitely keep things really simple, because the more drawn out that I do a show and the more I'm talking and the more I'm, saying, oh, I was the very first beauty guide and I know this and I know that, the more the people in the room are already getting intimidated and saying, I can't do what she does. So I really keep it very, very simple. Okay, so when I arrive, I set up my table. I am going to show you what my table looks like really quickly. Yeah, hi, one bag rule. One bag rule, don't show up with more than one bag. So I set up my table really simply. I don't want to keep a lot of clutter on the table because I do think it overwhelms our peeps that are in the room. But what is really primarily important is that you have each size palette represented so that people can see the different magnetic palette systems that we offer, because that's what makes us so unique and cool, right? Is that everyone gets to customize their palettes. So you want to make sure you have a representation of all the different palette sizes that they can purchase. I definitely pick, I am able to do makeup on people at my home shows. So again, I just want to reiterate, please know your regulations, please know the rules and what you legally can and cannot do as far as touching people's faces if you are not registered or have proper education. And you guys all know I'm a non-makeup artist, okay? So let me just say that, like, first and foremost, I am a non-makeup artist when I came into this business. I am very proud to say, because of all the incredibly generous, amazing beauty guides that are professionals in this company, I now sort of consider myself a professional in some way. Like, people definitely hire me to do their makeup, which is so fun and exciting. I always say one of the biggest perks of being a Limelight Beauty Guide is you get a front row seat to the best beauty education in the world for free, which is so cool. Thank you to all you incredible makeup artists out there that do that for us every single day so generously. But you want to keep it simple. I keep my presentation really tight. I don't think people need to know the entire history of Alcone Company. I don't think people need to know every single thing about, every, celebrity that might have worn our makeup, or, where this makeup came from particularly, although I do think it's really important to talk about the manufacturers and how we work with so many different vendors, because I think that is such a point of difference for us. Most direct sales companies, you guys, they have one manufacturer that makes everything. There isn't one manufacturer that can get everything right. It's really cool that we are partnered up with the best of the best. When people hear that, at my shows, when I tell them that this is the best of the best out of over 10,000 SKUs that Alcone Company has in their warehouse, it perks their attention. They definitely get brighter eyed. They definitely start to listen more. They lean in, the lean in effect. You know, they're like, ooh, wait a minute. You mean somebody makes your manufactures your foundation, but somebody different manufactures your concealer and different for your eyeshadows and so on and so forth. And I'm like, yes, this is truly a partnership and a collaboration of the best professional brands that are in the world. And that is absolutely a point that you have to get out there. One of the things that I do during my demo is that's when I will actually go through the different manufacturers that we are able to talk about and what makes them so special. This is where I may talk about some of my experiences through you guys about particular products that celebrities have loved. I may bring up Mario Dodanovic, who works with the Kardashians, and how he loved our blush number 6. And when I say something like that, I can guarantee you every single person in the room has blush number 6 on their order. And they will say to me, what was that, you know, Kim Kardashian makeup artist blush that they loved? So dropping names here and there is really important in your presentation because it gets people's attention and it makes us different. And it's the truth, right? We're telling the truth. So I'm gonna turn this around. I wanna show you guys a little bit of my setup. Hopefully I can do this properly. Okay, oh, there's my kitchen. But here is the way that I'm gonna stand up, would set up my table at a show. I hope you guys can see this okay. As you can see, my glosses are front and center. Glosses are everything, you guys. That is how I started my iconic business, without a doubt, with those amazing glosses. I shared them with everyone who I could possibly get into their hands. Now, let me note, you guys are probably noticing that the Feeling is Neutral eyeshadow palette is missing from my table right now, and that is not on purpose, I promise. I actually lent it out to a customer last night, and I couldn't get it back from her today because she was out of town. So I apologize. So just make a note that the Feeling is Neutral eyeshadow palette would be somewhere right in here. But the idea is I want to make sure that I am showing every single different size palette that we offer. So they can do a 6-well eyeshadow, they can do a 4-well, or they can do an individual. With our blushes, they can do a trio, a duo, or an individual. With our foundations, they can do a single, they can do concealers in a single, they can do a quad of concealers if they are people that like to color correct and blemish correct and all of that. And then of course we have all of our brushes here with our LBB, our makeup remover wipes, finishing spray, primer, blender full, liquid sunshine. And please, can we make a note, please bring back the candle if corporate is listening. We love that candle. And then just catalogs and some marketing materials, excuse me. And of course the Enduring Lip Colors and all of that. So it's all really, as you can notice here, I'm gonna come back. As you can notice, it's all very clean, right? We wanna make sure everything is looking very clean and sanitized. I always, I'm gonna show you guys, have my Beauty So Clean with me, and this you can get at Alcone Company, right? When I start to spray our makeup and the whole room sees me do that, there's a shift. They start to see like, oh wow, she cares. She absolutely cares, and she's being really clean in particular with her products. And when they see me do this, inevitably there isn't at least one person in the room that says, oh my God, when I go to Sephora, I get so grossed out because there's all these testers out and I don't know how many people have touched it and I have no idea when the last time they cleaned their brushes is. So be really mindful of that, you guys. People take note, So get your alcohol, get your Beauty So Clean, whatever it is. Make sure you have your disposable mascara wands, your disposable lip gloss wands. Of course, I have it in our lovely Limelight champagne glass. Make sure you're being really mindful of all of that. Okay, oh, and the hand cleaner, I have my gel. Right here. So every time I go to work on somebody, I am going to make sure that I pump this into my hands. and wipe them down so that they know I'm cleaning my hands. So here's what I do. Here are some of my tips and tricks for keeping it really simple, maximizing my sales, and making sure that I'm not spending hours at a home party. I typically pick one product that I love that I'm going to highlight. The idea here is I'm going to highlight this product with my model or on myself, depending on whether you can or cannot do makeup on somebody. And then I'm going to upsell after that. So when I can show women in the room that one palette can do their entire face, they're sold on it. So for me, and you guys may have something different that you love, but for me, it's this trio palette. Now this is a $60 value, right? So you get everybody in your room to just buy this, and you're having a pretty good show, depending on how many people are in the room. So I will start immediately demoing how this particular palette, which is our bronzer, blush number 6, I have blush number 7 in here right now, which I particularly am loving right now. But of course they get to pick whatever they want to put in there. And you can tell them, I will pick the perfect blush for you, for your skin tone, for your eye color, for your hair color, right? So I will show them how this palette can be their eyeshadows, can be their face, contour, highlight, and blush, and they can even use this as a little pop of pigment on their lips for a lipstick. So this all over the eye, bronzer in the crease, pop of this in the center of the lid, which gives this awesome like shimmery pop of color to the lid. And I'm telling you, this combination looks good on every skin tone I've ever tried it on. It's crazy, but it works. And then I pop a little on my lips. And then this is where the upsell starts, right? I'll break out our glosses and I'll say, I'm particularly a gloss girl. Some people like more matte, some people like just the pigment, but I'm a gloss girl. So let me show you what popping a little gloss over this pigment does for my lips. Totally changes the look, and now people are like, ooh, ah. And of course, I'm a mascara girl. So let me show you what it looks like now that I'm gonna pop a little mascara on my eyes. Now look how my eyes just pop open and my lashes are so full and long and voluptuous. And they're like, oh, that mascara is amazing. Then of course, I'm going in for the 10 years younger spray to finish it all off, right? So now I'm spritzing my face with the 10 years younger spray. And they're all like, 10 years younger? Girl, I gotta have it. And I always do like this little thing of like, okay, everybody look at her, everybody look at me, everybody look at me now. Let me spray my face. Don't I look 10 years younger? And everybody's like, wow, there actually is a little bit of a veil on your face. That's so cool. People are buying that. Do you see how the sales are now going up and up and up and up and up and up? Just based on this one product. You gotta keep it simple. Gotta keep it simple. But I promise you, home parties are your jam. You need to get back into it. You need to get back into the party of 5. You need to get back into the, hey, do a one-on-one, but now do you have a neighbor, and bring over another neighbor, and who's got a friend? You need to start getting into this party mode. It is the best way to increase your PRB by 4 digits and increase your sales funnel by double digits every time. Every time. Got to fill that sales funnel, people. Got to get that sales funnel going. So now, after I do this demo, there are definitely people that want to be color matched. I always talk about our foundation and how it is our best-selling product. So please, if somebody wants to be color matched on foundation, please let me know. I will mention RCMA. I will absolutely talk about how this has been the foundation to the stars for decades, and this is the #1 selling professional brand of foundation in the world. It gets people thinking and wanting it, but it's not something that I particularly will use in my demo. Okay, so my demo I want to keep really tight and simple and quick, because if I'm showing somebody that they're getting an unbelievably flawless, like shining Alcone glow in 5 minutes or less, I've got them. I've got them sold. There's no doubt. But that's when the upsell will happen. So I'll start to talk to people individually at this point after the demo is done. So tell me about your beauty concerns. You know, do you like what you use? Do you have trouble with something? Let me tell you something, guys. Every woman has things that they love in their beauty routine, but every woman has things that are not working for them in their beauty routine. That's what you want to find out at a home party when you are privately chatting with these girls. And you want to be really asking a lot of questions, because when you ask a lot of questions, they trust you, that you're not trying to sell them. You want to help. You want to help them solve a beauty problem. That's the beauty of home parties, is that you get to help them solve a beauty problem. And for all my introverts out there, I promise you, you don't have to talk very much. You just have to ask a lot of questions. That's all you have to do. Ask questions. Let them talk. The more they talk, the more you're figuring out what you're going to sell them. So you might, at this point, you're asking people, what is working? What's not working? What brand do you use? What do you love? Oh, you like Bobbi Brown. I love Bobbi Brown too. They have some absolutely great products. So is everything working? Because I'm not here to make over your makeup bag. Well, yeah, I mean, I kind of like this, but I'm not really happy with that. And I love the lip color I'm using, but the mascara is terrible. It clumps on me. Well, let me show you our mascara. That's when you get to upsell. That's when you get to really zone in on, what do they need? How are you going to help them? How are you going to make their beauty routine so simple and so flawless that all they need to do is put this little thing in their bag instead of all those jars and tubes and big bulky things that they've been carrying around for decades, okay? And so that's where I really get the upsell going. And then inevitably I will say, but you gotta have a gloss, you gotta have a gloss. You gotta have a gloss. Who doesn't have to have a gloss? You have to have a gloss. There isn't a party I've had, you guys, where there isn't lots of glosses being sold. Oh, great. Thank you, Ashley. I hope it's great information. I really do, because I want to really stress to you the importance of home parties and how it is the sole thing that built my business. People ask all the time, you know, how, because I now have a customer base of over, I just finished my customer database, which I'm so happy it's finally done, but I have a little over 1,600 customers. That's a lot. That's a lot of customers, and that's because of doing home parties. Because every home party led me to more home parties, which led me to more people, which led me to a bigger sales funnel, and certainly led me outside my comfort zone and led me outside my warm market. And that's where growth happens. I mean, that's where business is going to go boom, when you're out of your warm market, right? And it's absolutely the home party model that did that for me. So if you're not doing it, please give it a try. Give it a try, people. Give it a try. Oh, I'm so excited. I'm glad this is great. But yeah, I mean, this is where your bread and butter is sometimes. And this is where people, and I will say this too, because I think this is an important thing to say. I'm now at a place where people are asking me for parties. At the beginning, I absolutely had to go ask for hostesses. I absolutely had to go find hostesses and see where I was going to find my next hostess. I am now being sought after and having to turn people away because I don't have the time to do as many home parties as I'd like. So that's the beauty that happens, because truly when you go into a home party setting and you are looking to help people and solve beauty problems, and you really are not there to make a bottom line, and you're showing people simple, easy techniques to look and feel more beautiful, they are going to invite you back. They are going to want you to come to their home and hang with their friends and show their friends exactly what this is all about. And that's what you have to do. Set yourself up as that trusted advisor that people want to learn from, and that people trust and want to buy from again and again. So I hope this has been helpful. I'm sorry, I just see a comment. Did you ask random people to host a party? No, I did not ask random people. I certainly asked very out of my comfort zone people. I'm trying to think of who the most random person I asked. Okay, this is the most random person I asked. So one of my very first parties was a very good family friend. Not even my mother. I'm gonna have to yell at her. It was not even my mother. Very good family friend had one of my very first parties, and there was a woman there that I could tell particularly was very into the makeup and really loving it. And she couldn't afford to buy everything when she was checking out, but she really wanted to. And I asked her name was Lisa Bell. I'll never forget her. She's still a dear customer. She's actually become a dear friend. She lives in Newtown, Connecticut. And I said to her, why don't you consider having a party? I can get you some stuff for free. And she was like, okay. So she was probably my biggest ask. But from her party, I got another party without having to even ask. They just said, would you come to my house? And I said, of course I will. So you just have to be willing to ask. When you see somebody that's loving what we're doing and loving what you have and loving our products, you have to be willing to ask them, I'm trying to grow my business. I would love your support. Can you maybe just get a few friends over and I can help you look and feel more beautiful? There's not many people that would say no to that, but you have to ask. You absolutely have to ask, and you have to tell them what you need. You know, I'm trying to grow my business. Who doesn't want to help you grow your business? And if they don't, then they're not your tribe. They're not your peeps. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I promised I would keep this to under 30 minutes. If you have any questions and I haven't answered them, I promise you I'll go back and look at the comments. As always, you can private message me. I'm happy to talk to anybody at any time, so please don't be shy. Pick up the phone, PM me, whatever. I certainly hope this has been helpful information. I hope that you will consider doing home parties more often in your own business. They really are super fun, and women that come to our home parties have a blast. They absolutely do. So thanks, guys. I love you all. The Fempire rocks. I can't wait to see so many of you at Limelight Palooza in such a few short weeks. It's crazy that it's coming up so quickly. But have an amazing night, and I love you all, and we will talk soon. Mwah.